It's fine. Do what you want to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm excited to just kind of have a little story time, just chit chat with you guys because I just wanted to fill you in on some things that have been happening and changing. Obviously you know that I'm a pre-nursing major now, but you don't know how that all happened to be and what my history and background is with school and all that stuff. And if you remember from my previous videos, you know that I'm actually a senior in business school and I'm deciding to go to nursing school afterwards, which is a big jump in careers, I know. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that for a little bit and just kind of explain how that came to be. When I was in high school, I forgot to mention this, but I have always loved science. It's been my favorite subject. I started working basically as soon as I could start working. I worked at a catering company really young, but I got my actual first job, I think I was 17, and started working full-time when I was a sophomore or a junior in high school. And I worked at Krispy Kreme and I ended up kind of learning all of the jobs there and became shift supervisor, and I also worked on their social media platforms for a short time. So there was that, and then also something you might not know about me is that I was really involved in the archery industry, the target archery and bow hunting industry, and I was able to work with a lot of companies in marketing, and I did a lot of self-promoting as well, and that's kind of also how I landed some pro staff positions at that time. And so I've really been around marketing and business for a long time, since I was 15 years old pretty much. And so going into college, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to work in marketing for the archery industry, the bow hunting industry, and that's what I wanted to do. So I went into college as a business marketing major, was doing fine. It was great, and then some things changed in my family life, personal life, and then I ended up meeting my now husband, and we got engaged, married, and we were pregnant all at the same time basically. And I kind of went through a time where I was like really confused at what I wanted. It was hard to really focus on school while also kind of my mind was shifting towards family life and being like, oh, I need to be focusing on my family more. And I was really struggling to find that balance between career or school and family life. So I was really just confused at what I was passionate about, and so I ended up having Ava in the middle of my 4th semester of college. I, at the time, was taking mostly online classes for that reason. I had one in-person class, but the majority of them were online. I was still a full-time student, had her in the middle of a semester, and that was the real turning point for me when I decided to start thinking about nursing. I had a nurse that reminded me so much of myself in labor and delivery. She was really calm, laid back, and like encouraging, and I was literally sitting there in labor, like looking at that nurse and like picturing myself being in her position and helping women and families have babies. And it was just kind of like a clicking point to me. Even though I had a pretty intense and traumatic birth story that ended in a emergency C-section, just the whole experience was amazing to me, and I wanted to experience that more with other families. So I thought on it for a while, obviously, when I was giving birth, and afterwards my hormones were raging, so I didn't make the decision right then. I thought about it for a good 6 months or more. And then in the fall of 2019, I decided I'd take one pre-nursing class just to kind of get started with the process and really kind of see if I wanted to go that route or not. And so At this time, I was still taking all of my business classes, one pre-nursing class, which was microbiology. And after that, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to be a nurse. And meanwhile, I was researching into different nursing jobs like labor and delivery, NICU, and peds, basically because I knew that if I become a nurse, I want to work with kids. Like, no question, this is why I'm doing it. I want to work with kids or babies. And so the more I was researching into like the daily tasks of each kind of job position, the more I was drawn to NICU. Like I said, I always have known since then I wanted to work with babies, and although L&D is probably an amazing career and I'll still consider it in the future, but I knew that, you know, if something went wrong with the delivery and the baby was sick or needed extra care, that baby was just going to be taken into someone else's hands, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it at that point. So I really thought about it. I was like, I want to be the one to take care of these babies. And I also kind of wanted that emergency, like really intense situations, kind of like the emergency department. But again, I want to work with babies. So I thought and still think that NICU would be an amazing place for me to work. Obviously, it's going to be extremely sad a lot of times, but I'm a person who can look at the successes and look at the 25-week-old babies that are born and stay in the NICU for a while, but get to go home and thrive and have a good life. So that's really my thoughts on being a nurse and kind of what I want to be in the future. But I didn't want to feel like I had just wasted the last 2 years of my life in business school. And I also know and have that like entrepreneurial mindset, and I know that I want to, you know, own a business in the future or be an entrepreneur, whatever business ventures. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna do both. Like, why not? So I decided halfway through college that I was going to change my major, but not exactly because I'm still finishing that degree. But my schooling for business is more of just a get it done kind of thing and kind of mindset, and just kind of learn some more things for my future business ventures. I'm not one of those people who just want to get a marketing degree and go work in a corporate office. That's not what I want to do. I want to be like working on my own gig or my own business, whatnot. And I do think that I can learn some valuable information from business school, but it's not my main focus at this point. So last semester, spring of 2020, I took 19 credits as I'm double majoring in business and pre-nursing. I took mostly pre-nursing classes because I just wanted to get those out of the way. I took chemistry, nutrition, psychology, and a human development class. And then for business school, I took a sales class and a management class. So that's that. Now I'm pretty much almost done with my pre-nursing classes. I took anatomy this summer, and so I just have organic chemistry and anatomy 2 to do. And then I have like 23 more business classes and I'm done. I'm set to graduate May of 2021. And if anyone is wondering, that's when I was set to graduate anyway. Like, I graduated high school in 2017. So I feel really good about being able to graduate on time, taking on 2 majors, and being a mom. It's a lot of work, but like, I just surprise myself all the time. I just work really hard, and I just think that's like a lesson for everybody, because if you think that some goal is unattainable, or you think that you can't do something, you can. It's not impossible. If you really want it and you really put your mind to it, you can definitely do it. So that is my story, and I'm not exactly sure when I will apply to nursing school. We have a few things to work out first before I actually start nursing school, but I'm really excited, and I just honestly can't wait to be done with business school and just kind of keep that in the past and just really work on my career as a nurse, future nurse. So that is all. This is kind of a short video, but I really just wanted to share with you all, especially if you are thinking about changing your major and it's kind of late in the game. Like, it's fine. Do what you want to do. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that if you want to see more content from me, and I will see you guys in another video.